And this brings us to the kind of awkward, unfortunately injury filled, I feel ill placed segments of Miz, who was the host of WrestleMania 39 with Snoop Dogg. Now, Snoop Dogg was cool, but let's start with the first one, the Pat McAfee, the night one. Did you even see that? Because I think you were gone for that one.
No, not originally. I didn't see it. No, but I did see it afterwards.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, what did you think?
Um, it was done all right. I mean, I didn't. I just want McAfee back full time. Like that's what I thought was going to happen after the Rumble because he came out at the Rumble as a surprise, and I was kind of hoping that he would be around after that and just be like on commentary. But whatever, I understand they can't do that right away. But I guess him being another surprise was okay. Yeah, the match was okay. I mean, for what it was, I mean, it was like just a comedy bit, which is great to do against the Miz. Like, there's no one better to to one up on than the Miz. Um, yeah, I mean, McAfee, man, he shows off what he can do. I mean, not everyone can land a backflip off the top, top turnbuckle. No one's diving from top turnbuckle to the outside with no one catching them. Um, I mean, it was just it was a comedy bit. It was a filler, and we got the tight end of the 49ers in there as well, and that brings in the tie to his career as a football player.
George
And
Kittle.
yeah, there we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't own him on any of my fantasy teams, so I don't know his name. Um, unless someone says it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. He used to be good. Um, but yeah, other than that, I mean, it was what it was. It was yeah, I was fine with it, I guess. But I would have enjoyed maybe even someone not as surprising, but I think would have gotten a decent pop, and that would have been LA Knight. Get LA Knight on the mic against the Miz on the mic. I, I think that's pretty at least on paper, that's a pretty good that's something pretty good that could happen. But
Yeah.
yeah. Um
Dude, I
yeah,
like
other
it.
than that, it was what it was. I guess technically it was a match because there was a ref, um, there was a bell, there was a winner, and yeah, I think
Okay.
I think I think Miz is the I don't know WWE when they're in their hosts, at least this year, has been really off. I think I don't know. I'm not really sure. I guess Miz did okay, but I think there could have been times where he could have been more useful. I don't know. I'm not really sure because the host for WrestleMania is a little weird. I guess. Oh.
Um, to me, the Pat McAfee spot was very weird because it like ended up looking like, for me, it almost ended up feeling like Pat McAfee was a heel because he teamed up with George Kittle, 2-1 on Miz, and it's like it's not like Miz doesn't deserve it. Miz always deserves it, but it just felt weird. It felt so out of place. And maybe because I wasn't like, maybe because I didn't have the audio on all the way up. Maybe I missed something. But to me, it was just, I just I've seen Pat McAfee as a heel right there,
Gotcha.
and I'm not used to it.
Well, it was a weird setup, anyways, because Miz had claimed that he didn't have a match for WrestleMania because no one answered his apparent open challenge, and nobody accepted. And then that's why Pat came out and said that, well, I'm here to accept your challenge. But it's like now it's becoming like because of last year, and he had his match against Theory and Vince. Now it's becoming like a Mania thing. I hope not. Like I
that
hope like every WrestleMania season now, I hope we're not going to get a McAfee story a month before Mania or a surprise of him in a match at Mania. Like I don't want this to become a Mania thing.
dude, I love Pat McAfee.
Right, right.
It just
So do I.
it kind of felt weird. It just felt weird to me.
Yeah,
It felt out of place. And
yeah. I
George
mean,
Kittle and McAfee and Miz, it felt like, two bullies picking on a kid with special needs. That's what it felt like. And um I don't know, man. I don't know. There's not a whole lot to say. I'm giving it 0 toilet paper rolls. I'm not even giving it toilet paper rolls.
yeah,
Like, it
that's
felt like
fine.
one man band, baby.
I mean, maybe one toilet paper just for McAfee's dive off the top to the
Yes,
outside.
and he
Miz,
landed
Miz,
on the.
oh man, landed right on his back and then got right up
Yep,
and celebrated with George Kittle. And yeah, I was like, yeah, he's getting back surgery the next day.
he's shaking. He was shaken by that. He
Like, but he did his thing. I mean, whatever. But I don't think the crowd. I don't know. I'm not sure how the crowd really was last year. They were well. He was
well, last year you had him against Vince. Like, that was the ultimate
well. I mean, it
heel.
was
Well,
originally Theory though.
Theory, and
Vince was
then Vince, and then Stone Cold comes in and stuns him. I mean, that's a
right.
perfect button to
Like
a
even
night.
like his entrance at Mania last year, and like the way the crowd reacted to him last year
Hmm.
was through the roof. And I don't know. I don't think it was. I didn't feel the same last year. It like the surprise. It just wasn't. Like I wasn't. I didn't have any. Of course, like this is like unplanned, at least through us as viewers. We didn't know that this was going to happen,
Yeah.
but still, it wasn't a surprise. Like
It just
what
I felt like, you know how what was his name? Ryder? No. The one man band?
Heath Slater,
Keith Slater. There we go.
the
Keith.
man band.
Yes. And remember when he
Yeah.
was taking on the Legends?
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
this is what this,
Yeah.
like, at first it was awesome to see the Legends. But then after a little while it was like you just felt bad for Keith Slater. You
So
know?
now you feel bad for the Miz.
I felt bad for the Miz with 2-on-1. Um like, they were picking
Well,
on him like Miz wasn't even a wrestler. Like,
Jack Kittle though.
yeah.
George Kittle didn't like. He was just sitting there.
Well, he came into the ring after McAfee beat up the Miz.
Well, yeah, but the Miz was on the outside. He was running away from McAfee. He's like, "No, I'm done." And then he was turning that corner, and he ran into Kittle. He said, "What you looking at?" And he pushed Kittle, and then that's when Kittle reacted and jumped over.
But it was still 2-on-1.
And that's when, well, it eventually ended up 2-1.
What
But
ended up
Miz,
2 on it was Miz's fault, is what you tell me. It
Miz,
was
yeah,
Miz's
it was
fault
Miz's
that it's
fault.
2-on-1. Well, to me, it looked like they were picking on Miz.
Well, don't pick a fight with two with. I mean, don't pick a fight with your opponents. I mean, he didn't want the match. I understand that, and part of that's Snoop Dogg's fault as well.
Snoop Dogg was
No.
just he sold out Miz as
And
soon as he could. It was fucking
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah, he's like, hey man.
That
Technically
was
it was
funny.
three on
That was
if you
funny.
want to go that way, it was 3-on-1.
Yes. Yes.
Or it was actually 2-on-1, and then Kittle got involved.
There you go. And like put the McAfee aside for a second because that it does just seem weird to me. I felt weird about it. I mean, it could just
I
purely
agree.
be me. Um. And then Shane McMahon shows up next night, night two. Shane McMahon shows up.
Even
Same
that
segment.
alone, before he even gets to the ring, even that, I'm like, oh, are you serious?
I was happy. I'm always happy to see Shane McMahon.
I'm like,
I'm one of those rare few. He's
here's
like, here
another
comes the money. I'm like, yay! It's
senior
Shane.
moment. Here we go. We
It's
gotta have
Shane.
Shane McMahon here.
And then he pulls the ultimate respect to his father.
Like father, like son. Forgetting. And brother-in-law.
It's the quads in in that family. It's like, listen, you got to keep them stretched, keep them balanced, stabilized. But it was so. I mean, it was so sad to see Shane, like, cause he comes in. You know, it's like, whoa, this
Hyped
is
up.
fucking awesome. I love seeing Shane. I'm one of the few. I feel like I love seeing him at the Rumble. I loved the whole thing what he did at the Rumble 2 years ago, where he just came in and just beat up a bunch of people, eliminated a bunch of people. I thought it was awesome. And it's like, oh well, guess what? They just let his ass go because of it. It's like, holy shit. Okay. Um, but then, he jumps, he gets Miz off the ropes. He jumps and then he lands and he tears his quad. And then here comes the like, oh shit, what the fuck happened? And everything was fine until that one moment where the camera is watching the Miz and the Miz is like, he's like in his, he's acting, he's got his
Yep.
intensity, everything.
That
And
like
then
shock face, and then that like split second of
that's it.
oh, something's wrong.
Oh shit,
There.
something's wrong. And it's like, we all knew something's wrong. And then Snoop Dogg just fucking decks
Oh
him.
yeah. Actually, it comes
That
out.
was awesome. I love
It,
that. That was
it
fucking
it
it,
did come from the back,
yeah.
at least to the ref, because going back, well, not
You
going
hear
back,
the ref.
but um, someone posted on Instagram, um, shouting out the referee,
Yeah,
and they
give him
zoned in
people's
on her,
elbow.
and people's elbow, people's elbow,
Yeah,
and yeah, and Snoop Dogg freaking knocked him out, did his own little pimping elbow. That's what I'm calling it. I mean, he's just that was yeah, but yeah, he did the people's elbow and pinned the Miz and won the match. And,
I'm gonna tell you something. Snoop Dogg, those two punches that he landed,
yeah,
they were good. They were good.
I'll see it again, but
They were good, brother. They were good. They look good.
anything with Snoop Dogg is it's entertaining. It's fun.
It looked good, brother. It was I tell you
Yeah,
what,
man.
it looked
When
good.
Kane went down, because I didn't even see it. I didn't like when it originally happened. I don't know if I just like looked away for a second, but I didn't see him go down. As soon as I saw it, the camera was already on Miz, and I was like I was like, no, they're not showing Shane. Shane just got. They're not gonna be like. I don't know if I heard you or if it was just the feeling of like the camera's on Miz way too long. Something happened to Shane. And but going back, seeing him land, and then
Mm,
the part that always gets me with shit like this is when they try to get up again and
can't.
they can't. Oh, it's just like that's like when the pain kicks in. And like I never tore my quad, so I don't know how it feels, but it's like I can feel it. Like when they get up again, and you just there's no strength there. There's nothing to support you, and that's so unfortunate. But um, yeah, but I sent you the award that he got. I sent you the picture of it on Discord. Um, he
Let me
did.
see.
Shane McMahon did receive an award um, for his part in WrestleMania.
The Torn Quad Award. He's on the mountain. He's on Mount Rushmore of touring quads.
Kevin Nash, Triple H, Shane
See.
McMahon, Vince McMahon,
Ah, the
the Torn
touring
Quad.
quad award. Oof. That
But
was
hey, at least Vince went on and did his thing.
he did
Shane,
it sitting.
he did.
Vince did it fucking sitting. That was something. The whole something else, man.
Yeah.
But I tell you
Um.
what, this was. It was sad. It was sad to see because I was excited to see Shane. I,
Right
I,
for
I
Triple
always
H,
feel like I'm in the minority when I talk about Shane McMahon, but I was excited to see Shane
you are
McMahon.
in the minority when it's.
When it's what?
I said you are in the minority when it's just us. Like I mean, we're just two different when it comes for. Not that I didn't like it at the time, but nowadays I don't. I'm no, it's all right.
You had enough.
Nostalgia. Yeah, yeah. There comes a time that I'm not. I just want. I'm not excited to see Shane McMahon. But anyway,
That's all right.
but yeah, unfortunately Shane tore this quad, and he will be missed.
You speak like he's dead. So
He'll be
I
back
really
next
don't
year.
even know what to give this.
I mean, we just give it one.
Yeah, that's literally what I was on.
He as good
One.
as uh well, it'll actually be the worst.
What was the worst?
No, I said actually it would be two would be the lowest so far
Yeah,
because the 6 woman tag got three.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's all right. They gotta get at least one.
yeah. Okay, well, 2 toilet paper rolls for these segments.
Yeah,
Yay on Snoop, nothing on Snoop Dogg, nothing on Shane, nothing on the Miz. It's just the way it came together.
that's the way it was built. There's just no storyline, nothing.
Yeah, it felt like those Heath Slater
Now,
moments.
now we're gonna get
And Miz is not Heath Slater.
McAfee, uh, both leading the captains of the celebrity uh, All Star game, Major League Baseball All Star game this year. The captain of the American League team will be the Miz, and the captain of the Celebrity National League team will be Pat McAfee.
I see. So that's what they're building it into.
That's not what there's nothing like that. I'm making that up right now.
Oh, okay.
That's how it's gonna be because or the Miz is gonna demand to go on his radio show or something like that.
Okay, well, if they build that up, it might be something interesting. Because
I
for
don't know.
me, it just looked like bullying.
Trying to build something off of it. All right.
Yeah,
All
hopefully.
right.
But it
Well.
was sad to see Shane McMahon tear his quad.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, whatever. He needed that moment. Jeez.
It was a sign
Jeez.
because that was the night after we found out that WWE had been sold, and
Yeesh.
yeah, that's just how it goes. A McMahon enters the ring and his quad tears.
Ah,
But
dude,
anyway,
that's. Anyway.
2 out of 10. McAfee defeated the Miz. Snoop Dogg defeats the Miz. Night two.
Yes. And the only person that in that ring that mattered at that whole time has been The Miz. So,
Well,
yeah. All right.